Bernard Sanders. Are you kidding me with this right now? Are you serious? I'm waiting for you to join the People's Party, dude. Nick Brana and all of his homies, they're speaking for the light. I don't care if people call your office 1,000 times a day. They're speaking for the light. If they're trying to recruit you to join the People's Party, they're speaking for the light. It doesn't matter if they're annoying the living crap out of you. They're speaking for the light. They are literally the light recruiting you and chasing after you and saying, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So the fact that you have stayed a member of the Democratic Party thus far, well, you're making me sweat. You're making me sweat. Because the law of attraction doesn't wait for you. Your soul is one big ball of energy. And you are a very, very powerful magnet. And the problem is your life purpose positively affects the masses. We're not talking about whether you should go to Italy on vacation or not. That's not what this decision is. This decision is, should I pursue my life purpose and head up the People's Party? Oh, and hey, by doing that, I'm actually saving people's lives. So it's kind of a big deal and the stakes are high. So that's why I'm starting to sweat. You're going to have a lot of universal energetic pressure on you right now, and you're going to be a law of attraction nightmare if you're not already. The problem with you being a law of attraction nightmare right now and me saying that your soul is a magnet for bad things right now is because you're not aligned with truth. And in an interview a while back, I heard you say that it's not about you. It's not personal. It's not about you. This is about the bigger picture and Donald Trump and the people and whatever. I got news for you. It is personal. This is about you and your soul. Now, there are universal truths, which I, talk about on my YouTube channel, and there are personal truths. Who's my soulmate? What's my life purpose? Well, joining the People's Party is part of your life purpose. So by joining the People's Party and separating out from the Democratic Party, what are you doing? You are accepting the truth that the Democratic Party screwed you over. So by embracing and accepting that truth and taking the steps to address it, what are you doing? You are making a decision based in self-love. And when you make that decision based in self-love to separate out from the Democratic Party, light separates out from dark. Because the Democratic Party is associated with the dark. You are not. So this really is about you and your own personal truth. And you're also being tested for self-love, by the way. This is a leap of faith. When I first saw Nick Brana and the Draft Bernie movement, I was like, okay, whatever. And the other side was like, no, not whatever. He needs to join that. I was like, oh, he does? And they're like, yeah, he needs to separate out from the Dems and he needs to join that party. I was like, oh, okay. And then they made me feel like what a big decision it would be for you. They made me feel like this was a huge leap of faith, that it wasn't no small feat. But the thing is in working with the divine for quite a while now, there is nothing he loves more than a nice blind leap of faith. The divine loves it when people take leaps of faith and when they trust him. He loves that because it shows, I love you, God. I love you so much that I trust you. And I know that when I jump from this rock to the next one, I'm going to land just fine. Because I know, God, you're going to take care of me. That's basically what you're telling him. And so that's why I made that video called God to Bernie Sanders. You either trust me or you don't. That's the divine saying, come on, baby, jump, I'll catch you. And he will. He will catch you. because the people is where the momentum is. Because the divine is going to put the people in a position of power over the U.S. government. So they really are where the momentum is. So, but it's still a leap of faith nonetheless. But the divine is saying you're going to be just fine. I'm saying you're going to be just fine. But what they're asking you to do is to embrace the truth that the Democratic Party screwed you over and that you need to separate out. You know, they're also showing me a lack of appreciation. There's a lack of appreciation for you. And I don't know, in another video, they even told me it's like I said something in another video about how the other side like doesn't care what the Democratic Party is saying to you. like kind of like they could promise you the world, but the other side doesn't care. They're saying no, don't believe them kind of thing. Like light needs to separate out from dark. And I guess one of the things that is really interesting for me to watch is that energetically you don't need the Democratic Party at all, because it's all about souls. I read energy and I study universal truth and work with universal energies all day, every day. So it's all about your soul, President Sanders. It's all about your soul. What is your soul's truth? What is your life purpose? You know, what is your path? Because your soul being one big ball of energy, when you do embrace this personal truth that has to do with the Democratic Party, your soul goes from becoming a law of attraction nightmare to, you know, literally like Christmas morning. The law of attraction works in your favor to the nth degree, where when you do, you know, make a decision based in self-love and separate out, you become a magnet for people, money, opportunities, love, support, admiration. You just become this vacuum cleaner for good things because you've aligned yourself with truth and you've separated out. So now your energy is clean. And I think that's one of the things that cracked me up when I see, obviously, there's a huge competition for power, obviously, right? But I look at these other souls trying to compete with your souls and I just laugh because they're just never going to be your soul. They just aren't. It's universal truth. It's an absolute. It's your life purpose. You have pure intentions. This is your heart-focused work. You have good karma. You know, your soul is clean. So when I look at this ball of energy that is your soul, and then I look at these other balls of energy that is just flat, they got nothing going on, no energy behind them at all, I'm like, you can't compete with his soul at all. So that's another reason why I see this being really personal, is on a soul ball of energy level, utilizing the law of attraction. It's just all about you and your soul and what you're supposed to be doing and how you have the support of the divine in doing it. But you separating out from the Democratic Party has to happen. It's important. So, you know, another thing is that when you make a decision based in self-love, you attract more love to yourself from the universe. So it's kind of like you saying, you know what, this whole Democratic Party thing, they're not reforming. You know what, this just isn't working for me. This isn't good enough. Universe, I reject this reality. Bring me something better. And then Nick Brana walks up and says, here's your something better. So that's what it is the universe is giving you something better and you're not taking it. And you really, really need to. So you're stressing me out and making me nervous. But I just wanted to kind of elaborate on how I know it's a leap of faith. And I know it's a big deal for you because they made me feel like it was a big deal for you a while back. But it's also an important decision that you need to make based in self-love. So if I was giving you a psychic reading, I would say, yeah, you got to do this, dude. You got to separate out. So the thought process that is going through your head for you to have stayed with the Democratic Party thus far is false. Whatever future you're imagining, whatever thought process that's going on in your head that has caused you to stay with the Democratic Party is the dark. It's the dark influencing you. Those thoughts are false. And those thoughts and feelings are from the dark. So please sit down and write a list of your own personal truths and reach out to the divine and say, okay, these are my own personal truths. And I ask the divine to help me embrace these truths. I ask him to help me embrace and address these truths so that I can move forward on my path, holding your hand. Because when you let go of the truth, you let go of the light, you let go of God's hand. I need you to be holding God's hand. I need you to be aligned with truth and holding God's hand. And so he can help you, the law of attraction can help you, and then your soul becomes a wonderful magnet for amazing things. Okay, President Sanders, sound good? And to everyone else watching, take care and be well. Thank you.